Nation.
What is up, Long Beach? It's the Real Estate Coach, and you are tuned in to another edition of Keeping It Real Estate on the Beach here on KBH Radio, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. And for those of you who are seeing us on video and YouTube, check out my Patriot shirt, baby. My Pats are playing tomorrow.
Going
it's going
down.
to be a major
Go
day.
Giants.
Tom Brady's going to join the likes of Joe Montana as the greatest quarterback in Super Bowl history. But I digress. Let me introduce my
Lord.
co-host in the booth every week, REO Frank Casares, now known as
No.
Big Bang Frank.
No.
Elisa Alvarez, the mortgage mistress.
Hey, guys.
And Scott Shang, the dean of Home Ownership University. What is up, guys?
What's going on?
Super Bowl weekend.
Oh, it's awesome. I can't even
ready-
tell you how exciting it is.
You ready for the beatdown tomorrow?
the beatdown?
I can't wait.
Down. Oh, there will be
Nothing
no
makes
beat-
me
David
tingle more
Tyree
than
has
seeing
retired.
Brady on his back.
The team you love to hate.
Yeah. Are you even from New England?
I was born in Danvers, Massachusetts.
All right.
Which is
You're allowed.
just
Then it's
outside of
acceptable.
Boston.
Then it's acceptable.
It is acceptable. I have family in Swampscott, Beverly, Peabody, Lynn, all over Massachusetts. So
right.
I am, and you can
I
take
don't
the
think I
boy
can
out of
spell
Boston,
one of those.
but you cannot take the Boston
Does
out of
this
the boy.
signal reach Massachusetts, or do we have
Actually,
to
we
wait?
are global.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Look, up on the wall, global radio.
Oh, this is true.
We're on the internet, brother.
That's right.
If you're listening back in Boston, we love you here. At least I do, anyway. It's great to be a Boston sports fan, though, I got to tell you. Anyway, hey, we got to start this show off about real estate, don't we?
Yeah.
All right.
You're already taking up too much real estate with
I
your
would say
Boston.
enjoy it now, Eric, because I remember in like the 90s when the Pats, the Sox, all of them were horrible.
It was rough.
I
Thank God-
remember.
Thank
I
thank God we
remember
had
the last time the
Celtics.
Pats met the Giants.
Oh. Padow.
Yeah, David Tyree with super glue on his helmet. Come on.
Hey,
give
so
me a
was it a
round.
fumble or was it a forward pass against the Raiders?
Oh, that
Oh,
was.
the tuck rule?
Oh, that's.
The tuck rule? I love the
was a
tuck
fumble.
rule.
That.
According to the rules, he was in the process of pulling it back, and it's not a fumble. That's
Yeah.
what
This
Lord.
makes great radio.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this. Anyways.
all I know is everybody hates winners, and that's fine with me because I love my Patriots and Red Sox
I
and
can't
Bruins
wait
and Celtics
till next week.
and the Revolution, if that's so to speak. That's the
The
soccer
American
team.
Revolution?
The MLS soccer team.
Oh,
New
okay.
England Revolution. So,
Galaxy.
as is our custom,
We're
we
going old
start off
school.
with
Hey.
mortgage because that's how the process starts off. As we learned last week,
Yes, we
it's
did.
very important to get that mortgage stuff going first. And so,
Chadap.
in the spirit of that, what's mortgage rates doing, Elisa?
On Friday we saw a little tick up, but we are still holding.
You have dogs?
Tick up? What?
Get it tick? Oh, forget it. That
Oh,
was bad.
Lord.
All right,
You got
I'm
to build
working
a
on
bridge
it.
to get that one. All right, so we got conventional 30-year fixed at 4%, 15-year 3.375, 5-1 ARMs are at 3.375 as well. FHA, we're actually below 4%. So 30-year
No.
fixed 3.875, 15-year at 3.5, 5-1 ARMs are also at 3.5. You know what? The ARMs are not doing well right now. But anyways, VA 30-year fixed at 4%, 15-year fixed at 3.5, and your favorite CHDAP at 3.25.
Shut up.
Chadap.
Awesome.
I'm a little winded.
Are you? Because you were almost late. Almost, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's right.
Anyway, we're gonna jump into the mortgage
And I'm
update
sick.
topic today. As for those of you who tuned in last week, thanks to Mom and the people in the home. Top 10 questions to ask your mortgage guy. We started it last week with
Or girl.
questions girl. And we did 1, 2, and 3. We had to break this up into 3 segments because it was not only incredibly interesting, but incredibly long. Today we're going to do questions 4, 5, and 6, or for those of you keeping score, part 2 of the top 10 questions to ask your mortgage guy or gal. So, Elisa, hit us up. We're at number 4. Do you want to do a recap of 1, 2, and 3? Do we have the recap? I'll bet you I have the recap.
I have the recap. I got number 1, what type of lending institution do you work for? Number 2, what type of programs do you offer? And number 3, how does your appraisal process work?
And number 4.
Number 4. What are your turn times like? Okay, because here's
Turn times? What's a turn time?
So turn times,
Like a pirouette?
I know.
Are you a ballet dancer now?
I'm so
it
sick,
is
and
it
I don't have my
She's fun to
energy
mess with
today.
this morning.
Are we bungling your flow?
Her flow is so bundled. Right
I'm
now.
on
Oh,
NyQuil. I'm
fun.
on oh my goodness, turn times. Like, how long does it take for an appraisal to come out? How long does it take for processing to go through? How long does it take for a file to go through underwriting?
Yeah.
Basically, how long is your escrow going to be?
Does anybody really know how long?
Yes.
Yeah.
We keep
Really?
track.
You guys keep track of that stuff?
We do.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, and
Okay,
one
so
of the
what's a good turn time right now?
Well, we're averaging 23
23 minutes?
hours.
days
Days? Weeks?
for FHA or conventional.
23 days is your average, so that's considered good?
That's
What
Well,
would be
how about Frank?
Well,
Frank, is that good?
A typical purchase is 30 days. So
Right.
if you get it done within 30 days,
You're good to
the
go.
big banks. Oh, this is a question for Frank.
Big banks,
So,
Frank.
so the big banks tend to take a lot longer.
Right.
And another thing you have to be careful of, especially like right now when rates are so low, because rates have dipped lately and they're just really low. More people are coming into the market. This is really big for like streamlined refinances
Right.
and stuff now. So if rates drop and there's a huge demand, turn times go out. So that's something that's kind of unexpected when you get started.
Okay, so 23 days is good.
That's very
23
good.
That's
days
very
is
good.
Frank, nice.
Yeah.
What's average?
I would say 30.
35. is what I'd
35.
say.
Hey, I got 30, 35, 40, 40, 45, 45, 45 now.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
what's
you know
bad?
where it's going to be really important though is that what if you got like an REO or even a short sale and you have a deadline where the short sale is going to expire, and if you can only do, if you're with a bank who their average is 35 days, but you need to do it in under 28 days.
Well, if you get
that's going to be
if you
something
get
that
to
you
a
need
certain
do.
threshold and the bank sees that you're near closure, they're gonna
extend it.
They're gonna extend
Yeah.
it. I mean,
But
Everybody,
something-
everybody
Nine
needs
times-
closure.
Would you rather wait 45 days or 23 days?
I'd rather wait 23 days.
Right.
Okay, awesome. Number 5.
Number 5. How long have you been in the industry and what are your credentials? So,
Ooh.
You
Why
know
is
what?
that all the way down at number 5? That seems like
I've actually broken this down into 1
This
through
is a
4.
linear list.
Yes.
It's linear.
Yes, it's not.
For those of you
It's more
watching,
categorized.
Scott just made his fingers go left
Oh,
to
this
right.
is global. We're on
Horizontal.
We're on
We're on
global.
camera.
We can
We
see.
are. Actually, hey, guys.
Yeah, so how long have you been in the industry? This will be good because, you'll know what time they jumped in and did they come before the crash? Did they come during? Are they the aftermath? Are they only having 2 years under the belt? It's always good to know.
So if they say Friday,
Right. Yeah,
I've been doing it since Friday, you might want to rethink.
You just may want to take a little bit more time and think about that. There may be somebody that might be a little bit more qualified.
A big value in that is because the markets have gone up and down. It's so cyclical, and somebody who this isn't their first rodeo is kind of a
Right.
good idea.
Okay, so does it kind of follow like real estate agents? We've talked on the show, and I've talked to a number of people about the fact that there's like way less real estate agents in the market today than there were 5 years ago
Yep.
or 8 years ago.
Same
So
with mortgage.
Does it follow the
mortgage
same
guys,
pattern?
yep.
Loan officers saw a 65% drop. So basically, 65% of the people who were in the business 3-4 years ago are no longer in the business.
only the strong survive.
Well, and also when I talk about credentials, you're going to want to make sure that you look. Do they have their NMLS? Did they go through their licensing? Because remember, we talked about Teller of the Month over at the big banks.
Right.
Big banks, they don't have to go through the federal and the state licensing.
Nope,
They
were
get
exempt
they get a free
because they made the
pass.
rules.
Yeah, they get a free pass. So
Don't look at me.
I'm looking at you, Big Bank Frank.
Yeah, they were the lobbies that created the licensing.
Yeah,
to support-
exactly. Way to go.
Exactly.
I think
Yeah.
I think it comes back to what we talked about last week about certifications, Realtor, and that
Right.
that tag on a professional in the industry nowadays. I'd say the larger percentage of the agents that have lasted the past 10 years probably have enriched their education, continued their education, and have more credentials, and they're just more serious about what they do. They're not the part-time agent; they're the full-time agent, and that's why they've stuck around.
Well, I think it kind of sucks that big banks don't have to be credentialed and licensed because they made the rules. That's BS.
Yeah. And, well, the funny thing is that the assumption is that because they work in a bank, they're being monitored. They're being controlled, which is funny because I think you could ask anybody. We should go to the man on the street and just say, who caused this? I bet everybody would say big banks.
Big
Hey.
banks. Big banks.
You remember
Well,
this?
Frank wouldn't say it.
No.
He who controls the spice controls the universe. All right. They got
Okay.
the
Is
that
money.
a Dune
They make
reference?
the rule.
Is that?
is that
I'm
the
gonna have
one
to
with
start
David
one-
Bowie?
One person understood.
Dune?
That was awesome.
I'm going to call you confusion from now on.
All right.
That was a little bit before.
They
my
run
time.
Bartertown.
They
Where's
run
that from?
Bartertown.
Where
is that from? Because I've heard that.
Mad
Bartertown.
Max
Wow, you guys-
Thunderdome.
Mad Max, okay. Now we know where Frank's head is every day.
2012.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
2012.
He's been watching a lot of
Bring it back.
AMC this
Bring it
weekend.
back. We're going to do some Willy Wonka references
Oh, my
later.
Lord.
It'll
Yeah.
be great. All right.
The new one, the Johnny Depp one.
Everlasting.
Oh, that
God,
one you'll
stop
know,
it.
and we'll know the Gene Wilder one.
What were
Okay.
we talking about?
We're talking about
We're on number
six.
6. All right. Do you work on a team? And who will be my main point of contact? How many times have I referred somebody out to a realtor? Right. And then
Twice.
lots.
Never to
Oh,
me.
I thought it was a question. I'm sorry.
And then all of a sudden what happens is my buyer comes to me and says, I've never even spoken to so and so. I've only spoken to their assistant. So it's always something you kind of want to know, okay, I'm seeing you now. But am I going to see you? Are you going to be my point of contact throughout the process? Who am I going to be talking to?
And this is on the lending side we're talking about.
Lending, realtor side. This is in, I think, I would say any business when you get,
Well, wouldn't most consumers or clients really have 2-point people? The lending point person and the real estate point person?
yes.
Or, yeah, because I think that would work
but
better.
this
But
is-
sometimes the loan officer that they're speaking with has an assistant that works with them that calls to collect the documents or to do updates
so
or
letting
things
them
like
know
that.
up front is really cool.
It's
It's just something that I would want to know. Am I working with you or am I working with your assistant?
Okay.
Who's my point of contact?
All right, so let's go back. Do you have all 6 of them now? So we can
No,
get
well, now we're
everybody-
going to go number 7.
We're gonna
because
do
this one's
7
quick.
today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
So
We're jumping into 7?
this is a quickie one. What are your
Wow,
times
executive
of availability? What if you work 9 to 7 or what if you work 9 to 5 and you're only available after hours? If they're not available, if they're not going to pick up your call, that may be something you want to take into account. Are they
so
available on weekends?
I, as the client, am asking lender guy gal.
When are you available? If I call you at 8 p.m. at night, are
Right.
you going to pick up?
And if your lender says, I'm on Facebook, you can tweet me, here's my cell phone, you can get a hold of me 24/7, that's
I'm at
probably a good
Schooner
clue.
Laters.
But don't talk to me after
Come on
11.
by.
Isn't that the world we live in now?
It
Everybody has to be available 24/7, 364.
But will you pick up the phone?
Will you pick up the phone? Is that real? Because, that's a big change in society because
Yeah.
we used to be a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 world with the
Right.
IBM Blue Suit, Leave It to Beaver, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was go home at 5 and get dinner cooked and all that stuff.
There's no excuse anymore for
Right.
not calling somebody back or responding to them somehow.
But do they
you know?
expect you
Oh,
to
yeah.
call them back at 8 o'clock
Yeah.
at night now? Is that like, hey, that's just the way it
Yeah.
works. Just get on
From what I
board.
hear, no, they don't.
Oh,
I've had people saying, "Oh, you picked up?"
Oh,
Yeah.
so they're surprised by it.
I've
Yeah.
had agents call me at 11 o'clock at night to ask me questions about a listing.
Well, I would say yes with
there-
the colleagues. Yes,
and there's
but-
absolutely it's of no shock to them that that they're so comfortable with it is what I'm saying. Their anticipation that I just should answer because of our day and age and how we do things is it's pretty.
Would you say the consumer feels the same way though? I could see definitely
I
lenders
think
and
so.
realtors.
Well, the savvy consumer, yeah,
I think it's different. I think that what's happened because of social media, because of smartphones, because of quick text messaging and short messaging, we basically now, and this generation, the Y generation, the millennials, whatever you want to call them, you're on 24 hours a day. If your phone will go off. You can text message at 3 a.m. Someone will wake up, text you back, and go back to sleep. It's just absolutely insane. But
I will not do that.
there are
for the record.
there are just professionals out there that you just can't call and talk to in person anymore. I don't know.
okay.
Does anybody know some of those people around here?
Yeah, I know a few, but let's do a quick poll here in the studio. Frank, do you answer your phone after 6 o'clock at night?
Yes, I
Business? Elisa?
Yes.
Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. God, we're sick.